So this is a bit of a new thing we're trying out. We're doing a spoilery movie sort of podcast where we talk about movies that we like or have seen recently and give our take on them and what we hate about them, what we don't.
Are we going to keep this restricted to just movies?
No, I think it could go to all movies, all media.
Okay.
So we might talk about video games too if it comes up.
Maybe songs. I don't know.
Yeah, but arguing tonight is myself, Ben. We have
Alex
and
Nick
and
Julian.
and
Steven.
so let's see how this goes.
Spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Some movie. Alex will record an extra little clip here and list off every single movie we're about to spoiler.
Yeah.
About to spoil.
Yeah.
And
Spoiler alert for the following.
Rogue One, Force Awakens, Lord of the Rings, Big Fish, The Prestige, Primer, Spider-Man, and Shrek.
So yeah, definitely go and see all of those if you don't want them spoiled. I know it's a lot because we talk about them and it's gonna get messy. Certain conversation, movie leads into movie. Alex ruins everything.
You're welcome.
It's gonna be great. So here we go. Yeah, you were definitely probably more of a Star Wars fan than me.
probably.
I went and saw Rogue One again, like later that week.
With Sarah, right?
Yeah, with Sarah, because we had to ditch her, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because of
She
planes
ditched
on.
us, we didn't ditch her.
Nah. She ditched us a week prior and then didn't come back in time, which is to no fault of her own. But
And how is it our fault?
it's not our fault. It's nobody's fault. It's the airline's fault. It's God's fault.
So the airline ditched it.
Because of weather. Yes. But yeah, we went and saw it again, and I liked it. It's a fun movie.
It's so good.
And then I listened to a podcast called Hello Internet. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Is that the other Rooster Teeth one? or-
No, it has nothing to do with Rooster Teeth.
Okay.
Do you know CGP Grey?
Yes.
Do you know Brady Heron from Numberphile?
I know what number file is.
So the guy who runs Numberphile,
Okay.
Brady, he's the guy who like interviews all these people. Those two guys.
I don't know either, but Ben's told me about this before.
CGP Grey is usually like a political YouTuber, and number file is just like really nerdy number videos.
Yeah.
Number
So-
video.
So like he'll talk about like significance of God's number and stuff like that.
You're certain he's a nerd, not a geek?
It's mathematics and stuff. That's besides the point. Brady and Gray do a podcast together called Hello Internet, and it's really good.
Okay.
And they gave their opinion on Rogue One. I'm like, oh, I want to hear about this. And the things they pointed out, I didn't notice before. And Gray describes it as just like a fun mess. Like he's just like, the movie makes no sense, but it's a lot
Shut
of.
your mouth.
I'm not gonna say I told you so, but I
No,
completely agree
shut
with
your
Ben.
mouth.
He said the movie makes no sense, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
Alright,
Yes.
what points did they point out?
So here's the thing, and this part I kind of don't get. Unless people have an issue with Star Wars as a whole, all the Star Wars movies could be made into like 10-minute movies if just like they send all these holograms.
Spoiler alert, by the way.
Excuse me. They send these holograms at different points throughout the movies, and they just never explain the actual information. They give like small hints. They're like, "You must go here to get the information," when they could just tell the person the information through the hologram.
Yep.
So like things like that, where it's like, okay, well you have to dismiss all the Star Wars movies then. But some people are only dismissing Rogue One because I'm like, okay, yeah, but that was a problem in A New Hope. Except like nobody cares that was a problem in that movie.
I haven't analyzed A New Hope or most of the other. I kind of looked over the prequels a lot just to figure out everything that was wrong with them.
I
But
thought you liked them.
what? Who told you that?
You! I swear to God, you said that.
Did I do
Somebody
it?
in this group was a big fan of the Phantom Menace. I remember that.
Oh, it was probably Nick.
Oh, that's you.
No.
You like the Phantom
Oh, I
Menace.
like the Phantom Menace.
Ben always hated
I like the
Phantom
Phantom Menace.
Yeah,
Phantom
because
Menace is
on the
dope.
last podcast he was talking about how he always falls asleep to episode 1.
Yeah.
I don't remember his thoughts on episode 2 and 3, but 1 he always hated, yeah.
Thank. Rogue One, thankfully, is not actually. It's just a side story, right? It's not actually part of the episodes. It's not a Star Wars movie because they don't start it with Star Wars, right?
Yeah, they do.
It's
They
a
don't.
Star Wars story.
Some people are saying it's because, yeah, they don't have, like, the text crawl and stuff
Yeah, but
like
they,
that.
they
so-
do go in and show Star Wars.
It is
Isn't
a story.
Isn't there a chunk
No,
All
of
it is
title
in
card?
a galaxy.
No.
It says Rogue One. It doesn't say
okay.
Star
I
Wars.
thought it said Star Wars.
See, that's the thing is, it's not a technically. It's a story that happens in the Star Wars universe, but you can totally do without, right? All the other ones are a
Yeah.
story following some character's
Yeah, it's a spin-off.
journey, and this is a spin-off that you don't even need to see,
Yeah.
thankfully. Because
What?
there's quite a few things
Oh
wrong
yeah.
with it.
Then point them out, please.
Oh, well, we are at time, so...
We're-
Oh,
well,
of course
we're-
we are.
Well, you can come back
You get
next
time
week
to
and you'll
put
find
your
out.
2 cents in, but nobody else
Give-
can.
give-
I
One
do gotta,
example.
I do gotta say.
Okay, the weird squid monster that...
Gotta be more specific.
God damn it, Julian!
There's a
Let
weird,
me talk!
There's a weird squid monster in the movie?
Yes,
The one
so
that reads minds?
the black dude who's dying
Yeah.
gets the pilot
Uh-huh.
and sends the squid monster after him, forces him to deal with the squid monster who can read his mind, and then makes him lose his mind.
Yes.
And then, not even 10 minutes later, pilot is totally fine.
Uh-huh.
Hasn't
Wait.
lost his mind at all.
Well, no.
The pilot had lost his mind?
Well, that's what
He says,
Black guy
It
said.
tends. He didn't
He's-
say it does.
oh god, Julian. It's stuff like that. It's like,
Midichlorians.
why, yeah, exactly. Why
I
even
don't even know what that is.
It's a...
It's a
It's
pretty-
the
is that
reason the
actual thing
Jedi's
you
are
don't know?
Jedi's is the
So,
logic.
as in episode 4, 5, and 6, it was like a religious thing almost, like you studied in the
Yeah.
Air Force. In episode, I think it started in episode 1, where they said,
Yeah.
no, it's something in your blood instead. If you have
Oh my God.
midichlorians in your blood, you're a Jedi.
Yeah.
Or you
Well,
can
anyways,
use the
that's why
Force.
episode 1's great, and episode 3 is also my second
I'm gonna-
favorite. And episode 3 is my favorite as well, because Michael Jackson wrote a song about it.
Oh, cool. Which song?
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you okay? You okay? You okay,
Oh, Smooth
Annie?
Criminal? Okay.
Yep.
Squid monster. So why even bother saying that you can tend to lose your mind if that's not going to be the effect? Why give the foreshadowing to nothing?
Was that the thing that, like, made you tell the truth? Or
Yes.
didn't he say something like, if you are lying, then it'll make you lose your mind? I thought it was saying where, like, if you're not truthful, then something bad would happen.
Hey, Steven might be right with that. I don't know. There was a whole thing about it losing your mind and it made you tell the truth.
It's
Or
too
it'll know the truth.
it's too abstract to be in there. Like, Black Guy says,
See, I feel
here-
like that's half of Star Wars. Like,
Oh,
that's
yeah, I
fine.
guess.
Like, fine. If they won't accept that's a problem in Rogue One, I'll accept it. But then you have to accept that's a problem in, like, all of Star Wars.
Uh-huh.
The Force in general is ambiguous. Like,
it's true.
It's a sci-fi movie.
Pardon me? It's a
It's a-
sci-fi movie?
Sorry, space fantasy.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Damn right it is.
So what are you saying?
Okay, they're not going to explain. You want a biological layout of the monster that reads people's minds?
No, I want to know
The
why.
percentage of people who lose their minds that get...
I want to know why it was in the movie when it was not used in the movie.
It's
I don't know,
used
I
for
feel like that's
effect.
just, like,
I don't
nit-
know.
I feel like that's just nitpicking. Like, I feel like every
Yeah.
single movie you can pull apart like that.
Absolutely. All movie
Absolutely
critiques
you
So
can.
why
is that?
then? How does that make it a bad movie if you can do that with every single movie?
Because the
all
other
movies are bad then.
because the other Star Wars movies, particularly 4, 5, and 6, are better than that. They have more of a concrete story, more things that lead into each other and have a purpose and a foreshadowing.
It's a
that-
spin-off.
See,
though.
That's a good thing.
So, like, I don't know. I just don't get, like, episode 5, Luke cuts open the
Tauntaun.
Tauntaun thing. I was gonna say Bantam. I'm like, that's definitely not right.
No, he doesn't.
He cuts it open, like, sleeps in or whatever to stay warm.
Yeah.
That thing would have been cold almost, like, immediately after dying. Okay, well, then that's, like, a plot hole. That's bad. He should have frozen to death. But, like, nobody complains about that.
I don't think that's right. I don't think he's gonna be.
No, you can survive inside a recently dead corpse.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Mythbusters did prove it. They,
Yeah.
they did a Tauntaun
Do you know how cold Hoth would be?
Oh,
There's
God.
Minus
no
40.
chance.
Not as cold as Calgary.
I don't know. Watch the Mythbusters episode.
And you, Han says it'll keep you warm till I put the shelter up. So he puts the shelter up, then he's in the
But I
shelter.
mean, like, how long was he? Or like, just like, the point is, there's a bunch of things you're not gonna be able to explain. My sister hated Frozen, not for anything really about Frozen, but like, they didn't explain Elsa's powers. I'm like, what? This is honestly your problem with the movie, that some kid was born with magical powers.
The
Like,
problem I have with Frozen is that
Here we go.
No, okay, like,
Here
whatever,
we
there's
go.
things wrong for her, but like, she loves Harry Potter. I'm like, they don't explain how the first magical being came into existence. She's like, what? Well, they don't have to. I'm like, but Frozen has to explain how magical beings exist. Like, stuff like that where I just don't get it. Like, I don't know why
Well, yeah,
movies
it's like-
get a pass and other movies don't.
yeah, I totally understand that.
But so yeah, so again, if they want to say that's flawed, and I'm sure there's other things they talk about other than nitpicking this one alien. But like, again, I feel like we nitpick certain things on movies we just don't want to like.
I want to like Rogue One, and I definitely do like it. And you could stop me, it's a goddamn, it's great. I can't even talk right now. Itchy scratchy ass about it.
You're nitpicking the movie for what reason?
What's that?
What's your favorite movie? Or one of your favorite movies?
Watchmen.
Watchmen. Okay, you can tell. I like that movie a lot, but you can go on and nitpick a whole bunch of stuff in that movie too.
And you go ahead.
I've never seen it. So
See, I'm not saying go ahead, do it right now. I'm saying go ahead, I don't care. Like, you can nitpick all you want. I'm not gonna...
Yeah, but why, though? That doesn't make it a less bad movie because you can nitpick the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Which Star
You're right.
Wars was it that Luke came back? Was that in 4? Like Ben Kenobi was there?
Yeah.
Wait,
What? What are you asking?
Came back?
Yeah, well, like when Luke showed up, I guess.
Luke showed.
Technically, first movie was Revenge of the Sith, in which case he was born at the end of it. First movie where he was the major character, or whatever, was Episode 4.
Episode 4, okay. So when he leaves...
For Dagobah in Episode 5.
No, so... What? Alright, which one's Ben Kenobi in then?
Episode 4.
Episode 4? Okay, the whole idea of Ben Kenobi is complete bullshit then, if Rogue One is canon.
What? What do you mean?
So, if a random group of rebels, and I know we're at like an hour and a half now.
That's fine.
If a random ass pretty much, if a random ass group of rebels can find a girl that was locked into a prison that had gotten arrested and changed her name, and nobody can find a Jedi that's changed his first name in the entire galaxy, like, how is that not possible? And it's the government looking for him, not just a group of rebels.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you there.
More people in the government or in the Senate or whatever.
People do know where Ben Kenobi is. The rebels know where Ben Kenobi is.
So then, shouldn't the Senate know where he is as well?
No. Why would they?
Because they went looking for him. The last Jedi.
Why would they? He's washed up. That's why.
Doesn't matter. He's still a fucking Jedi. Order 66 didn't kill him.
No, it didn't. But
he could start a new generation of Jedi. He's still a threat to them.
But he didn't.
Yes, he did. He trained Luke
Yoda
Skywalker.
did.
Please, he's the one that.
Actually, Yoda did. Obi-Wan did pretty much nothing for Luke.
Tom had to hold a shiny cutty stick.
I was gonna say, didn't he give him his lightsaber?
He introduced him to the Force.
Exactly. So therefore, he is still a mentor.
He is a mentor. I would agree with that.
A mentor, whatever, teacher. I don't know, whatever you want to call
Fair
it.
enough. Okay. Like, again, I feel like
Okay, then you can use the argument.
These we're gonna do for like every movie.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just not sure why it's a flaw in one movie, but then the next movie.
Oh, I know, and that's why I'm just pointing this out.
Oh, okay.
I really don't care because the point of the movie is not to nitpick them, just to watch them and experience the entire thing. Yeah, because it's fun to. And
No, it's not.
Because he knows it'll raise a reaction.
That's the entire reason I do a lot of shit, because I know it'll raise a reaction.
No, the reason why I'm nitpicking it is because it kind of, for some people, and this goes for any movie you nitpick, not just Rogue One, when a movie presents something that you can nitpick, it sort of de-immerses you, right? Like, you want to be in the story, you want to be in that world.
Darth Vader's cape.
And if something strange or not in line with the story happens, you now remember that you're sitting in a movie theater seat.
Yeah.
You like Lord of the Rings, right?
I do.
Okay, that entire fucking movie is walking. 3 movies of walking.
What's your point?
They could have flown the fucking ring to the volcanoes.
Yeah, Gandalf told them to.
No.
To walk or to fly?
To fly.
That is entirely argumentable.
Right when Gandalf
I'm not
dies,
even
he's like,
gonna go
fly,
into
you
that.
fools.
That could be. Then why would they?
Wait.
That doesn't.
You're so wrong. He said, "Run, you fool."
He said, fly, you fools.
He did, but
Wait, you mean on the bridge when that
Yep.
fire monster?
Yep,
he
when
did say fly. But why would he? That
Don't
makes
look
no
at me, I
sense.
have
Why
no
would
idea
he
what you guys are on
start
about. I've never seen
start
it.
off flying? Why would he even?
Because
start
Gandalf
walking?
had a limited use of flying.
Why wouldn't they get like a flying creature because it's all
The
mythological?
eagles at the end.
Yeah.
There are eagles at the end?
Yes.
Okay, Alex, you're not involved. Gandalf had, as far as my understanding is, he had a deal with the eagles that they would help him a certain number of times.
Yes.
And he figured they could get to Mordor without having to use up one of those uses.
How many uses?
And then he
So
realized
like the fate of Middle Earth, and he doesn't want to use up his one favor.
Well, he figured they could do it by themselves.
Doesn't he go with Doesn't he join Frodo into actually going to Middle? Because like at the very end of the series, they go to. Do they go to Middle? I can't remember. Where do they like sail off to? Because they're pretty much sailing off to the afterlife. That's
Yes.
symbolism.
Yeah.
Doesn't Gandalf join them?
Yep.
Yes.
So he's gonna literally just like die right after the ring's delivered. He's like, whoa,
I need
to
my
save
favor.
this usage.
No, he doesn't go off to die. In fact, God, we're at
is
an hour
so fun.
26 now.
This is why Alex does it. Now you get it.
Right?
Yeah, Gandalf essentially was never born.
What?
Gandalf always existed. He's one of several beings that always existed from the beginning of time.
And yet he can only call in eagles 3 times during all of existence.
Well, that's
Horse
because
shit.
that's because he
complete
doesn't.
horse shit.
It's because he doesn't want to meddle
What?
in this world.
But he
That
directly meddles.
it's true because he's a god and he knows he can play around as much as he wants.
He can't even call in eagles more than 4 times.
And they come in at the end anyway.
Wait, why does he go from brown to white? No, isn't that him?
No,
gray
gray
to
to
white again.
Gray to
Gray
white.
Yeah.
Sure, I don't know. Fuck, I haven't seen the
Touch,
movies.
the brown touch.
Brown touch. I don't know. Why does that help? Because I know there's a whole shit show.
That's
of
2
things.
different people. Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White are 2 different people, I think. I don't remember.
They're both named Gandalf though.
I think so.
Jesus.
No, it's the same Gandalf. It's just an enlightened Gandalf, I think. I don't know. Okay. All I'm saying
So he's
is,
more godly then, and he still can call on
He
his
can now
eagles.
use eagles 1 more time.
He gets a
He's like-
horse.
He's like a role-playing character. He's waiting for his mana to recover.
all I'm saying is that I enjoy those movies. You can nitpick those movies as you can nitpick any movie, and if you don't like those movies, that's fine.
I just feel like that's a boring conversation about movies.
Nitpicking or
Yeah,
whatever.
like, unless you want to just bother somebody. But I feel like if you really want to talk about the quality of film, like, the only thing you're gonna be like, whoa, the movie was ruined because of X, and there's
See,
like one moment, I'm just like, I don't know, I don't think that's an interesting conversation to have about the film.
So you're saying though the points you nitpick make it a lesser movie.
Make it a lesser experience.
We should just keep talking about this, record a second intro, and just split this into 2 podcasts.
I
A
completely-
spoiler cast.
I completely agree with that.
Yeah.
Because I really don't feel like editing all these.
So I mean, like, yeah, if we make this run for 2 hours, and you just be like,
Wait,
today, like, it just be
we're
like,
halfway
hey,
there.
welcome to Hastlecast this, and be like, we're only going to talk about criticizing movies, and then just start off with our conversation,
sure.
like, that could potentially work.
Yeah.
Sure. So we got to do an exit as well.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
Okay.
We can
You
just.
can edit in an exit.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, should we just do 2 exits at the very end?
Yeah,
That's
sure.
what I'm saying.
We're halfway there, so.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm also going to leave all this in as well.
Well, that's fine.
Why?
Hey, okay, going off topic, then we'll go back to this movie thing. The Game Grumps, when one of their first series they do was Goof Troop, and at the end of one of them, they're going to split it off into a couple parts initially, but then they realized, oh, we're right by the end. But like, and like, it never clicked in for me, people who like are doing multiple parts of playing a game, like how they're going to split between sessions. So like, it's literally them just running around like, oh yeah, see you guys next time, ah! Okay, welcome to the next episode of Game Grumps, and just me after, I'm like, oh, that's weird. I don't know.
Oh, that's
I
fun.
never thought of it before like that. No.
Here's another thing to nitpick in Rogue One. Donnie Yen,
Yeah, what about
Force Ninja. He's not a Jedi, right?
You
But
mean it, man?
Ip Man. He's not a Jedi, but he believes in the Force, and he believes so strongly that he can essentially use it to see, right?
No, he doesn't
no.
see.
He senses things.
He
like
uses
there's
to
something
sense.
bad.
He uses.
Yeah, so he uses the Force essentially.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd be with you. Yeah.
Yeah, you would agree that he uses the Force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is something he should have been able to do, but this is definitely something that would have made the movie, or this part of the movie, really cool, is when he has to use his Force and his chanting abilities to go hit that master switch.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know why the director didn't say, hey, maybe the guy that's super into the Force actually gets to use the Force and Force push the master switch. Why did it have to be him walking with his staff
Well,
and
because
chanting?
he can't. He's not trained in the Force, right?
Like
But
his,
he can use the
I was
Force.
like, he can like sense things around him, but he can't like sense like there's a button 20 feet that way. Like he's not, because even when he gets there, you can see him like fumbling around, like I don't know what I'm looking for until he eventually finds it.
I guess so.
So could you say that he could stop a laser then if he could sense the person that pulled the trigger?
I don't think he's that strong in the
No.
Force.
So how
Otherwise
did
he
he make
would've.
it if they're all shooting at him? He was
So
using.
he can sense that things
pure
are coming
luck.
at him, and he'll change his pace of his walk or whatever, so then like they don't hit him.
He had a pretty consistent pace.
Okay, so what? Yeah, but you don't see things
Okay, what then?
deflecting off of
Divine
him, though.
intervention with
But-
the Force, whatever.
Yeah, like you're not seeing things like deflect off of him though.
Yeah.
No,
But he
like,
still dies at the end. There's, I don't know. I think that the movie's saying there's.
Like imagine like in some sort of like prayer state the entire time he's. I'm going back to the Force as a religious thing. By
Yeah,
the way.
that's
screw,
fine.
Screw the midichlorians. So he's in some sort of like prayer state the entire time that he's walking up there, and then the Force is like protecting him. So even if it's like slightly misguiding people's guns, or whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
Point is, something's happening where like he's not getting hit. Mo hits the button, like the satisfaction washes over him. The Force pretty much ends, and he gets killed immediately.
kind of.
So that's why I was like
He's able to
there's an
start
explanation.
walking back.
No, I don't think he starts.
He
I don't
starts
know.
He
walking
turns
back,
around.
Okay, so then they shoot him right. Like,
and then something blows up.
It
and
doesn't
he
matter
dies.
if he starts walking or not.
yeah. The point is though, is that like that's your rough explanation.
What I'm saying is that what they did worked for having to kill off somebody that they didn't want to pay a 10-year contract to be an actor in their movies.
Oh, spoilers, by the way.
This will be in the introduction. We're gonna spoil some
Okay.
movies.
Yeah, like the whole thing is gonna be spoilers, right? That's why they killed everybody, so that they didn't have to pay all these actors to be in.
No, it
several
was
different
because
movies.
how can you? It
Yeah. The idea.
episode 4 takes place right after Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
So you can't really include any of the characters.
The idea of Rogue One is the story of the sacrifice of
Yeah.
the rebels and like what they lost to get to the point where they could take down the Death Star.
Okay.
There's a cool film theory by Matt Pat about the Rogue One characters becoming the Knights of Ren or whatever.
Mm.
If you watch whatever The Force Awakens, although like the black guys at the end of it wearing their stuff, like the elite task force, there was a theory going around that the Rogue
Wait,
One
Rogue
people,
One or
the Rogue One squad, the pilot, the I don't know, the chick, whatever, the monk, the heavy, I don't know, those people get captured,
The
i.e.
heavy?
brainwashed.
The heavy,
The
yeah.
heavy, I don't know.
But they all
so-
die.
Big gun.
Yeah, no, but like prior to Rogue One being released, is what
People
I'm saying.
thought that they'd still be
Oh,
alive.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
It was
and
a
they,
theory.
They were like captured by the
Okay.
Sith, brainwashed, and they now become part of the Sith, and they are whatever the Knights of Ren, I think they're called.
It's an interesting theory. The thing is, though, they didn't need to die because yes, episode 4 happens immediately after, but you never return to Edu or any of those other planets that
no,
they.
but there's an assumption that they'd still be affiliated with the rebels, right? Like,
Wait, sorry. Why didn't they have to die?
They didn't have to die because in episodes 4, 5, and 6, they never go back to those locations that all these characters had just gone through their adventure in, right? Like, all the places these characters existed,
yeah, but
they never go back to in the later films.
like
Which
Steven said, it's about the sacrifice, right?
Like, I'm a bit confused. What question are you asking? Why did the planet have to blow up? Like,
I'm
are
asking,
you
why did the characters have to die if they could have just been somewhere off in a different part of the galaxy while the rest of the events of 4, 5, and 6 happened?
Because they couldn't get off the planet.
Because it
didn't
blew up.
Or like, do you mean like why did they write it that way?
Yes.
Because it's a more touching story to have them die and like what they died for the rest of the galaxy.
Okay.
I still don't understand, like, because
He's
the
just
planet
wondering
blew
why it
up,
wouldn't
right?
be better, right? Like why they couldn't write it to just let them get away.
Because then there'd be more points for people to nitpick.
yeah, how come those characters never came back? What happened to Jyn Erso?
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Another nitpicky thing.
Darth Vader's cape.
Yeah, no. I don't agree with that one.
You don't agree?
I don't agree with you on that one. Though. What you're nitpicking is how when
So at the ending scene of the movie, Darth Vader is standing there at like a bay door in space, and a escape pod essentially just dropped off and is flown away. He's standing there, and his cape starts flapping in the wind. There's no wind in space. Therefore, how could his cape flap?
Because the ship took off.
yeah, the ship has
But the whole idea of having a shield around the ship would prevent.
It got
Whatever
blown when there's a
exhaust-
fucking hole in the hole.
But there's a
hole
shield
in the
around the
hole.
ship.
Hole.
hole.
What?
So here's how I'm going to explain it.
Midichlorians.
Midichlorians. No, you have ship.
Uh-huh.
You have bubble around ship.
Uh-huh.
Ship leaves big ship. Creates thrust. Blasts cape. Stops blasting cape when ship leaves bubble.
Okay, even though alright, this is really nitpicking. The thrusters aren't at the same level as Darth Vader.
Oh my god.
Even though, yes,
Okay.
because the air has to go somewhere, and it's probably blasting around all the bubble.
Okay.
You know how a fan works, right? Look at the fucking plant.
Just look at the planet.
My bamboo plant is blowing in the wind.
I was gonna say,
Not in
'cause
space.
The bench is right underneath it.
Yeah.
But if that bamboo plant was over here, then it's not going to move at all. So there's nothing blowing
There's a
past it.
big fucking difference between the power of a fan and the power of a fucking spaceship, Alex.
Not in relation to not like in
Not in
relation
relation
to each
to
other.
the Force. That's the other thing, is Vader could have been keeping him and his men on the platform with the Force and maybe done that for effect. I don't know, he came up with
As
that
well.
really
Hey-
fucking stupid line about choking on aspirations
What?
Yeah, that's kind of lame. I'm actually with you on that.
when the general person who is in charge of the Death
Oh,
Star,
and he chokes him and don't get. Yeah.
yeah,
Does
goes
it
and
one-liner.
panders to Vader for some reason. But anything else you guys got to say about Rogue One? Because I've got a couple things.
Go ahead. I love the movie.
Okay.
Again, I do want to clarify. Rogue One has flaws.
Absolutely.
I'm not at all going to sit here and be like, "Oh, this movie's
A masterpiece.
perfect."
It's no Uno the movie.
Somebody on my Twitter feed did this reason, something I'm going to go back and do, is that he went back and watched episode 7 after watching Rogue One. He said the amount of like character development and stuff from episode 7 that's almost just non-existent in Rogue One, because all the characters pretty much stayed the same throughout all of it.
Yeah.
He's like that really like showed the difference in the movies. Like one like really builds all these really strong characters, rather than just like the characters kind of just exist in this world, and like the story's good and everything, but like
Well, they
I'm
do
just not
develop
good.
in Rogue One to a point, right?
Yeah, like Jyn Erso definitely changes through.
Yeah. So does I can't remember the guy's name.
That is my other nitpicky thing. You can't remember any of their names.
Captain.
I remember K7 or whatever that big robot.
No, you're wrong.
KSO.
No,
No, okay, but I know
you're
people-
close.
I know
Okay.
people who still get C-3PO wrong.
What's that?
I know people who still get C-3PO wrong.
I saw the movie
They're stupid
twice.
because he's been in every single movie.
Yeah, but I mean,
Not
like,
that
it's a
Oh, no, it
four-character
was.
name. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's not the worst thing. I know Jyn Erso's name.
KLSO.
No.
No.
Okay.
There is a 7 in there.
Nope.
Really?
What is it then?
K2SO.
Oh, whatever. Fuck.
That's the thing though, is here's these really cool characters and they all have a really unique personality and you can't remember their names. Which means
I've only seen the movie twice. I'm not gonna.
So have
remember everything about it. Exactly.
Okay, how about did you like how many characters can you name from episode 7? I can name probably if I didn't work at EB Games at the time and learned a bunch of their names through marketing, I'd probably know Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren.
yeah,
Which one was Finn?
He was the black guy.
yeah.
Ah.
I do know
Stormtrooper.
those 3 names.
Yeah, so it's like, okay, how many more do you remember from the movie? I
Um,
can think of one more, and that's again because I worked at EB Games and they made this character a big point in EB Games advertising.
What was the pilot's name? The ace pilot.
I don't know.
The one that gave Finn his name and like gave Finn his jacket or something.
See, that's the thing is they've opened it up that obviously these characters are going to be in episode 8 and future episodes, where they have more time to be developed. But in this movie, everybody is essentially born and dead, and you're supposed to care about those deaths so much when you can't even remember their names. And they say their name once and that's it. Maybe a few times if they're more relevant. Like ninja guy with staff and big giant heavy gun
Heavy.
and robot and pilot and girl, right? Like
That's kind of the point, though.
See, I also don't know because like,
I know
I
Jyn
feel like this
Erso.
goes for again. I feel like these are all things that go for a bunch of movies. I don't know.
They're all.
Like,
we're not
side
talking
characters.
about a bunch of movies. We're talking about this movie.
Yeah.
We can talk about other movies and nitpick those, but that's not what we're doing.
But I mean,
here.
like, think of a movie that you're not absolutely in love with. How many characters can you name?
See, here's the problem, Steven. We're not talking about those movies because if we were, then
Okay.
yes,
Well, then
that.
this is like.
Let me finish. If we were, then yes, that would apply, and also that would be a problem with the movie. But we're not talking about those other movies. We're talking about this movie.
I guess. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's just a weird complaint to make when, like, that's almost a flaw in the medium. You have an hour and a half to get to know 10 characters. Like, you're not going to remember all of them.
Yeah. So why have so many characters?
But, like, okay, so I've seen all the Lord of the Rings movies at least 2 or 3 times. I can still only name, like, 3 characters.
Really?
Yeah.
How many
So,
times
like,
have you seen it?
Probably 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
And it's just like, I don't
Gandalf
know.
the Grey and Gandalf the White now.
Gandalf the
Like, I
Brown.
think Gandalf,
Shut
Aragorn,
up.
Frodo.
Wasn't that a different movie? Aragorn?
Aragorn?
I don't know.
I think Aragorn's
Nope.
the dragon dude. Aragorn
Yeah.
is from
You're correct.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh. Wait, he's not the
Legolas?
same guy?
Like, I'm already running low here. I don't know. Really, I feel like that's just a flaw in the
What are the
medium of
furry
film.
feeted people's names? Are there like 5 of them? They go through the movies?
Those are the hobbits.
Damn.
There's Frodo.
And?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Alright.
Sam, Mary, and Pippin. But that's besides the point. They are in 3 movies,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still don't remember them.
and you've seen all 3 movies at least twice.
Probably.
Okay.
I've definitely seen the first one 2 or 3 times. Maybe I think only the second one maybe only once, and then the third one I've seen at least twice.
Yeah.
But
I've seen the Hobbit
I
movies.
think of that in a lot of movies where I think that's a problem. So I don't know.
I've seen the Hobbit movies probably twice, and I can remember most of the dwarves' names.
Okay.
And there's
Happy,
13
Sleepy.
dwarves.
Did you ever did you ever read the books?
Grumpy.
I did not.
Oh, okay. Because I was saying, like, oh, maybe it's leftover memories from.
I did not also. I also did not read the Lord of the Rings books. But
I don't know. Like you could very well be right. Maybe it's just me. Like I'm not a huge film buff, so maybe I'm the weird one here. I don't know.
yeah.
You know who we need on? Dilly.
Yes.
He can solve all our
The
problems.
film major probably has nothing important to say.
Oh, that was
Vicious.
Well, the reason why I say that.
Bezos.
Let's go.
No, the reason why I say that is because I feel like mainstream movies like this are not Billy's thing. He preferred more indie, hipster style stuff.
Bollywood.
Maybe.
Again, also weird because I'm trying to think of like all my favorite films and have like I love Old Boy.
Yeah?
So Korean Old
I
Boy.
haven't seen it.
Battle Royale.
You haven't seen it?
No.
You weren't there when we watched. We're
No.
watching it sometime soon.
Sure.
Friday.
It's birthday, yeah.
Let's do it.
This is gonna be a
That'll
really. This is
bring
gonna
the
be a
mood right up.
This is gonna be a really fun movie to show to Sarah too. It's
yeah.
pretty just a horribly devastating movie. Just like
Yeah.
every moment, just like everything gets worse.
Yeah.
That movie will crush your soul. It's great.
But like, I can literally think of the main character's name and nobody else. To be fair, it's a Korean movie,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be harder. Korean. So it's gonna be hard for me to remember names when they're not
Don't remember his
similar
name.
to the language I speak.
Hmm.
Odesu.
Okay, I'm like it's Oda O.
Yeah.
I'm like it's O something.
I think it's Odesu.
Yeah, that sounds right.
That's a good point, though. In Star Wars, all their names are in Rogue One. They're all kind of weird, right?
Yep.
Fucking Luke Skywalker's.
No,
that's not Rogue
No,
One.
That's not Rogue
Doesn't
One.
matter. Fine. What's Carrie Fisher's name? What?
Leia.
Thank you, Leia Skywalker. That's fucking weird. And
No,
she's
it's
in that
not.
movie.
Leia is a weird name.
No, it's not.
I know Leia, not a Leia.
Leia's pretty fucking normal.
No, it's not.
I do not
Do
know
you
a
know
single
any
alliance.
I'm gonna look up the character names. Like,
It's not spelled how it's spelled in the movie, but it's pretty
Fair
normal
enough.
name.
I've never met a person named Leia.
It's usually spelled Leah, right?
Yeah,
That's
Leah.
Leah.
Yeah, that's
Leah.
Yeah.
Everybody that I've met with spelling of that name, they pronounce it Leah, as in Melia.
Okay, yeah,
What
like
the hell's Melia?
Whoa.
Melia. It's a
I've never heard that name
Well-
my entire life.
okay, yeah. Here's some of the names we have to deal with.
Read
Jin.
the name. Read the name. We gotta figure out who the character is.
Jin. Should I do last names as well, or should we be able to figure out by first names?
no last names as well.
Okay. Jin. Ursa.
Main character, the girl.
Yeah.
Cassian Andor.
I know that. Do you guys?
Cassian Andor.
I assume if Steven's reading top down, that's probably whatever the guy main character that she said to make.
No,
I'll start grabbing random people from throughout.
Yeah.
You are right though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm skipping K2SO. Bodhi Rook.
The pilot.
Bingo.
Yeah. Bodhi.
Except I'm like, who else would be named fucking Bodhi?
Baze Malbus.
Is that Big Gun?
Is I don't think it's that. Is it the heavy?
I got it.
Yeah.
I
That was a
guessed.
good guess,
That was a
though.
random guess.
I
I know Donnie Yen.
Donnie Yen.
Johnny,
Do you know his actual name?
he's,
though,
he's
in the
Ape
movie?
Man.
No, I don't know his
Okay.
in
Okay, well here it is because you guys will get this one. Chirrut Imwe.
Chirrut.
Chirrut Imwe.
That's why I never remember.
That's Donnie Yen.
K2SO.
But all of the names are weird, right?
Yeah.
And you
Well, what's the
remember
name-
some of them.
What's the name of like the Sith people? Like the bad Sith guy that's not Darth Vader in the movie.
Tarkin?
So I actually know
Tarkin?
Tarkin. That's like.
Is Tarkin in a different movie?
No.
Yeah, Tarkin is in the original trilogy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Tarkin.
So here's the thing with Tarkin. He actually, I want to say he passed away a couple of years ago. So him and Leia, they did completely CG in that movie. Those are not real people playing.
Oh
those.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. It was the dude who's taking over.
It's a
With
really
the really
unfortunate
good
dude
cheekbones.
with the really high cheeks.
Yeah.
When that movie ended, I was talking to my friends, I was like, yeah, he's enemy. I'm like, no way. I'm like, I just thought he looked really unfortunate.
I could tell immediately that he was animated. I'm like, come on, you
Didn't
did
notice at all.
you did K2SO that good and screwed this guy up?
Dude,
Like,
I thought he was
faces are
pretty
hard.
good.
ah.
I thought he
Faces
did
suck.
pretty good.
Robots are easy because you don't have to do any emotional.
But there was so much emotion in K2SO
As a
Yeah,
small
but he
voice
doesn't have
voice
like
actor.
facial
Said
muscles.
through voice and through action.
and through eyes.
They're lights.
Yes, but just the way they animated them with their positions and their movements, there was more emotion in his eyes than
Yeah, but
all
they're
of
light
Tarkin's
bulbs.
face.
That
That doesn't mean anything.
Facial
Yes, it
muscles
does.
suck to do.
What?
That's what I was like. Facial animations are horrible.
I'm not saying they're easy. I'm saying
Yeah.
they're incredibly
But-
difficult. But I'm saying
Yeah,
this is how many millions of dollars went into this movie, and they gave us that crap as a face.
I thought it was good.
I didn't know it was animated when I watched it. When I went back to it, I was like, oh yeah, that's definitely animated, but like I had to be told.
I'll give him that. I second guessed myself. Like I was
That
like,
should
oh,
be
that's
good enough.
I
That you second guessed yourself.
I saw it. I'm like, oh, that looks animated. And then I'm like, well, maybe it's not. And then I saw the final scene with him. I'm like, it's definitely animated.
When they showed Leia, I was like, oh, like Leia looked great, and then she smiled. I'm like, her smile looks really weird.
Yeah.
That was the one that threw me off for Leia. And then when I heard it was anime, I was like, okay, that makes sense. That really.
She seemed awfully happy for just having like 100 dudes die in the wake of the plans being baton handed off.
That was a win.
I guess it was a win,
Like,
but
they were going to use that to destroy the entire galaxy. They literally just saved millions of lives from that mission working.
I guess, but it's still a somber moment, and she
Yeah.
just seemed way too joyful in her smile.
Yeah, that's fair. Going back to the names thing, yeah, I don't know. Again, I could very well just be the weird one here who doesn't remember names.
It seemed like there was too much very specific information like that too quickly, right? Like, you have all these names of people, you have all these names of planets that they go to, which there's way too many planets.
That was mostly an issue only at the beginning of the movie. Like in the first 20 minutes, we go to like 6 different planets.
Well, it was a
don't
cool.
get it.
It was a cool thing. Speaking of the planets, I noticed this. It was a cool thing when they said, "This planet Sith controlled" or whatever. I'm like, or like Sith outpost or whatever it is. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's a cool touch. And they did it for like the first planet, and then like not again until like the end of the movie. I'm like, then what the fuck was the point of it?
Yeah, like it at least let you know if it was Imperial or
Yeah,
Rebel.
exactly. Like to me, I'm like, that's a really cool thing they added, and then they didn't use it again. Like,
Yeah, you
what
guys
was the
use
point
like,
of it?
when it got down to, it's funny 'cause I think like the movie gets better as it goes on longer. It's like, 'cause like the first, what's the movie, 2 hours?
2 and a bit.
Probably like the first 40 minutes or so is you're just bombarded with information.
Yeah.
I'll agree with that. And then like as it goes more and more forward, they start to like whittle it down to having like this is like the very strict idea thing, which is why I think the ending, like that entire final planet that they're on, I think that's easily the best part of the movie.
Oh, the big battle?
Yeah, like everything like from the rebel meeting before they go to that final planet, like their forward is I think the strongest part of the movie.
I would agree. I'd say that's a really cool sequence.
Yeah. Before that is definitely messy. I don't know why they need to jump between so many planets at first.
Yeah,
that did feel like way too many.
It seemed weird that the plan was, find the daughter of the guy who essentially made the Death Star, get her to convince the old leader of the rebels to hand over the pilot that the creator of the Death Star told the plans to get the plans from the old leader.
I'm pretty sure. I thought it was pretty fucking clear. I don't know.
It's pretty clear, but there's too much, right? It's A to B to C to E to F to G instead of A to B to C, right?
It's a fucking war. I don't know what you want to do. It's
Could the Death Star always warp lightning speed? I don't know what you call it. Warp speed? Hyperdrive?
Did it ever?
It did. It jumped over and blew up the fucking
It did.
the town.
yeah.
In the final
I
scene.
couldn't remember if it approached via light speed or not. I couldn't remember.
It
did.
popped in out of nowhere.
Oh, wait, is that the one where all the rebel ships crashed into it?
Yeah.
Or
No,
that was
no,
the
no.
destroyer.
That was the destroyer.
So what happened was the squid people were like, "Sir, yeah, Admiral Akbar's people. They're like, "Sir, massive object entering from hyperspace," and then it pans up, and then the Death Star's there.
Yeah, as well. So I had another nitpick gripes about the movie here.
Beef stew, or
pretty
what
much.
is it? Beef liquid,
Beef sauce.
beef sausage.
For some reason, I think the word sauce is a great word.
But we keep saying beef stew.
But for some reason, I keep forgetting the word sauce when I'm thinking beef sauce. I'm like, beef.
It's because
so-
I mentioned beef stew.
Yeah.
So in it, like when they get the whole squid person scene, and the Death Star warps in, and it like fries the whole town, like fucks over a good chunk of the planet. How close that Death Star is would cause earthquakes. Because would you not argue
my
that the
God.
Death Star is the size of a moon?
The Death Star's the size of a planet.
The size of a planet.
No, I'd say
So-
it's smaller than the
Alright,
moon.
So anywhere between call it Earth and the moon, correct? You'd say the size of the Death Star?
I'd say it's smaller than Earth's moon.
Smaller than Earth's moon.
Yes.
Okay. So even then, for Earth's moon to be, or smaller than Earth's moon, to be that close to Earth
Mm-hmm.
would cause tidal waves, that would cause earthquakes, that would completely fuck up the entire ecosystem, regardless of it firing its death beam.
Yeah. Probably. This is a different galaxy, though.
Obviously, and
So
this
why
was
would
a
they
long
address
time
that?
ago.
Who gives a fuck what happens to the frogs in Star Wars?
Frogs?
He's
The
talking about the
ecosystem.
ecosystem.
Oh, I don't know. Well, because to me, it's like there's no point in even having a gun on it if you're just gonna pop in out of nowhere and you'll fuck over the
Because you
planet.
can do it from far away.
But if you can
It
hyperdrive and warp to anywhere, it's the same thing. You probably use less energy hyperdriving everywhere than firing the fucking planet.
Because it can't shoot it from across the galaxy, but it can shoot it from the same solar system, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to say I was wrong about the Death Star is considerably smaller than the moon.
Yeah.
Than our moon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd
Like
say so.
the moon diameter 3,474 kilometers.
Mm-hmm.
The diameter of the Death Star is 160. So it's literally like
160 kilometers.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like this thing's actually like tiny compared to the moon.
Yeah.
So yeah, my fault. I was wrong on that
So a
one.
meteor.
Yeah, it's a big meteor,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
fucked up our Earth once or twice. But yeah,
It's just a gripe that I had. I'm like that.
it's certainly
regardless of
something-
its size and like how close it would be.
it's certainly something that you think you would see because two
Oh, yeah.
things with that big of gravity that should have that big of gravity,
Mm-hmm.
you would be able to see like movement, right?
Yeah. As well, if assuming that the planet is bigger than the Death Star, it would pull the Death Star into the planet.
Well, no.
Like
Yeah.
gravity into it.
Not if
Obviously, if it can warp and hyperdrive everywhere, therefore it should have some sort of propulsion. It
Yeah.
could hold itself there if that's your argument. But still, it should essentially pull itself into its atmosphere.
How far away would you say the Death Star was compared to the other ships? Because would the other ships also have that issue, do you think?
Those other ships were the Star Destroyers were way too close to the planet, I think.
Oh yeah.
That-
So you think this is an issue with all the ships close to it? You don't think it's just an issue with the Death Star?
I think it's more of an issue with the Death Star. I'm just saying for cinematic sake, Death Star should not be planet roving things. They should be like interstellar roaming.
Yeah,
things.
like I always thought it was like either fixed and could somehow like fire across galaxies, essentially solar systems, and like off into one direction and it would hit it. That's how I always thought it was.
See, if there's any problem with Rogue One, and this is one complaint I heard where I'm like, okay, yeah, there's really like no explanation for it, is there was zero reason why Galen Erso, her father, couldn't have just told her, here's where the weakness is in his hologram.
Mm-hmm.
The only
We did, though.
No, he told them where to get the plans to find the weakness.
yeah.
Well, they have to find it, though, right? You can't really describe the system of
Yeah.
the Death
Yeah,
Star
that's, I guess
That's true.
160
You need the
kilometers.
blueprints of the.
to figure out where it is.
Yeah,
right?
that makes
he
sense.
told her where it was, just not how to get there.
Mhm.
Fair enough. Never mind.
You know, my other gripe about it, would you say that Jen Erso has a British accent?
I don't know. I'd have to watch the movie again.
Yeah.
Like to me, she sounded British.
Yeah, I'd say so.
How did she get the accent? Is what I didn't understand as well. Like when it first started off.
Well, she
to
didn't
me-
grow up with her father.
Well, but she was old enough to speak when her dad was there and her mom was there, and both of them were killed in front of her.
Yeah, but you can develop an accent from living somewhere else.
Not unless
Yeah.
you're Madonna. Okay, if you were to move to Ireland right now and live there for the rest of your life, you would not start speaking like an Irishman.
I disagree.
But also,
Really?
but
Yeah,
also
well,
not 4 or 5 years old.
When I went to Quebec 2 years ago, I noticed that like because I was trying to speak their language a little bit more, as I was speaking regular English words, the accent was transferring from my French speaking to my English speaking.
I will say, to be fair, yeah, it probably wouldn't be as strong, but like I know Ben met him as well. When we were in grade 6, we went to a camp. One of our cabin leaders was Australian,
Mm-hmm.
and we had no idea until we asked him specifically, "Can you speak in an Australian accent still?"
Yeah.
And he switched over and just like it, like seemed perfect, like
Yeah.
him switching back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I think yeah, she was good. Mind you, to be fair, look at the people she grew up with. She didn't grow up with British people.
Yeah,
So that issue
that's
still
my
I
logic.
don't think she has a British accent, though. I think that's just the way she talks.
Yeah, like I don't know if the actress is British or the actress of the kid or something, but when she first started, like whatever, she sounded British to me. Like, how was that
All right,
possible?
we can fix this right here. The person who played her was Felicity
Felicity
Jones.
Jones.
So I'll look her up and see what her nationality is.
I'm
Well,
pretty
as
sure
well.
she had a British accent, at least as an adult.
She
So,
I
as
don't
in,
know if it was necessarily. I'm not great with accents, so I could just be wrong. It definitely sounds something European. I wouldn't say it's North American.
you
Well-
know, I don't know. To me, she sounded English.
What was the name of
She was born in England.
What was the name of Black Robot guy? that saved her as a kid.
Saw Gerrera.
Sol Guerrera?
So Guerrera.
So Guerrera.
As I say, on IMDb it's SAW. But,
Okay,
it
So
could be
Guerrera.
Sure.
So Guerrera.
SAW?
Sorry?
SAW or SOW?
It looked like SAW.
Saw.
Except they all pronounce it Saw Guerrera. Like, they almost
Saw
sound like
Guerrera.
Che Guevara or whatever, like the weird, like, rebel guy who almost got assassinated 200 times.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like that character.
No?
No.
I thought it was cool because, like, in the beginning when Jyn Erso was a kid and he rescued her, he was like this badass rebel dude. And then by the time he finds her, you get to see what, however 20 years of fighting the Empire, what it does to somebody like that. And he's basically no longer human. He's running on machines and stuff. That's cool. The acting that went along with that character and the cinematography around it, I thought was garbage.
I thought it was fun.
Like the actor.
Do you think they should Do you think they didn't portray him as powerful? Do you think they didn't portray him as weak?
I think
what issue?
I think it wasn't like you got to see him at the start, and then you got to see him when they found him again, and when he found the pilot and stuff. And I definitely thought he was too alienated because you're supposed to feel this big emotional thing that he's the captain going down to the ship when they killed Jakarta or whatever and blow up his little fort. You're supposed to feel something big about him dying there, right? It's like, here's the guy that raised the hero who's going to save the galaxy by finding the Death Star plans. But it's more like, I felt like, he had it coming. That's fine.
Well, he turned batshit crazy as well. Like, it was a little bit of a lunatic before, but, like, when they eventually showed up, he was, like, lost.
I wish they showed, because he's apparently the reason why he broke off from the rebels was because he was considerably more of an extremist compared to the rest.
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd show that side more of like his little army that he's raised. Like how.
Well, I guess they kind of showed his extremist
when they opened
size.
fire in the middle of a fucking.
Yeah, I guess because I assume that would be under his orders or something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Yeah, I was expecting more from him.
I was hoping it'd be like insane. Like you'd be like when the meeting occurred, you'd be kind of scared what he might do.
Well, I was expecting like a General Grievous-esque kind of like fucking badass guy looking to tear shit up.
Yeah, mind you, I was kind of liked him being like this like feeble dude of just like this guy's gone through everything. Now he's just like in command. He doesn't really fight anymore. Like
I think it was. There's a million different ways you could portray him, but they portrayed him as somebody who. You saw him at the beginning, right? He was entrusted with the safety of the child, right?
Yep.
And when she shows up, 16 years later, he still cares for her, even though he's completely.
I kind of like the idea of showing like what fighting in this rebel war did to a person after so long.
Yeah.
It was just like
that was cool to see.
Yeah, he was like this like super strong, like I can do anything person. At the end, he's just like he's barely alive.
And it was interesting to see that. Like, after all that time, he still cares for her, but he was still suspicious of her. Like, he didn't trust her.
Yeah.
Right? Because he's just like, did you come here to kill me? Or, did you come here to kill me? Like, it just didn't jive with me.
I think one of my biggest problems with the movie was when Jyn was watching the hologram of her father, and she was supposed to be, like, crying.
Yeah.
For some reason, it looked so, like, off.
It looked like she was going to throw up. Because, like, she drops to her knees and she goes, and, like, lurches forward and, like, keeps her mouth shut.
Like, some people, like, dry heave pretty much when, like, they're crying. It was, like, the way her, like, face, like, construed itself, to me, it just, like, looked really...
Now we're nitpicking how people cry.
Come on. I like the movie. One thing I was want to go back to, actually. You're talking about, like, immersion in a film.
Mm-hmm.
And this thing here, with people talking about, like, games and stuff, too, I don't get it. I don't get how people like feel immersed or people are being broken out of immersion.
It's a movie.
I was saying, like there's some people who are like, oh, like I was like this game, but when this character said this line, it broke the immersion. I didn't feel like I was like in that world anymore. I'm like, I don't get it.
Okay.
I've never felt that experience. I don't think.
Here's the best way I can describe it. So you've tried out VR headsets before?
Yeah.
If you're wearing the headset and you're in the world and you no longer feel the headset on you or you don't feel the controllers in your hands.
See, I've never felt something like that.
Maybe you're just not trying to be immersed enough.
Maybe I don't think you should have to try though.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like this is not a reaction I would have to something.
Like, even if it's not VR, if I'm sitting at my desk at my laptop playing a game or whatever, and I forget where I am. Like I don't have the consciousness, the active consciousness of I'm sitting at a desk in front of my laptop. I have a consciousness of I'm the dude holding the gun in this game, and it doesn't feel like a game. I'm just a dude holding a gun and I'm shooting people with it.
I've never felt that.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's why it's always been like a weird thing to be like, oh, like this breaks immersion, that's bad. Where I'm like, I've never really felt like I've had that.
So you've never felt immersion in a game or any media?
I don't think so. That or maybe I'm like overthinking what it might be, but like, because one way a game designer once described it was, it's the point where you stop thinking I need to push the joystick right to turn right. It's like I'm going to turn right.
Yeah.
Where I'm just like, I don't know. I always feel like I'm in control of the character through whatever input device.
Yeah, I've felt that before too. I'm going to turn right, and my physical body says move your torso, and my in-game body says push the D key or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had that.
I know, I'm always aware that I'm playing a video game or watching.
Yeah, I always feel like there's a very distinct disconnect where I'm always watching this happen to a character. I'm not necessarily a part of that world.
I feel it all the time.
You ever see Hardcore Henry?
No.
No.
I thought it looked like garbage.
I really want to see that.
It was pretty fucking awesome, to be honest. It was like, it wasn't like a masterpiece. It was just a fun movie,
fun,
right?
Fair enough. Like, about that.
All right, well, we're just about at time here.
Last thing, what would you rate it? Rogue One. What would you say? I don't know. Out of 5, out of 10.
Somewhere.
Out of 10.
Wait, hold on. I want to find these numbers first before we go. Are we saying 5 is like what's a 5? Is a 5 an average movie, or is a 5 considered like kind of mediocre?
I'd say an average movie.
Yeah.
Okay, so because I see a lot of rating scales where like 5 is generally like a mediocre. So I'm just like, I want to make sure we have very clear is like 10 is pretty much perfection, or we think is one of the top movies of the year of all time. Whatever.
1 is trash, 5 is mediocre, or
5 is average.
So yeah, so pretty much 5 and above, you'd watch it again, essentially.
I'd say if you think it's 5 or above, yes, then you think it's a good movie.
Are we talking about our enjoyment, or are we talking about the quality of the film? Because I would put those as two different things.
Doing those two different things. So our enjoyment and quality of the film.
Okay, so we'll do them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
So enjoyment.
Go.
Honestly, the biggest issues I think with the movie is like the first like half hour, in which case the next hour and a half is incredible for like a kind of average first half hour. I'd say I had a really good time. I don't know, 9.
That was a really long time to say 9.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, our enjoyment, Julian.
I'm with Steven 9. Although I've technically only seen the movie once because me and Steven both thought that Han Solo was the one dude.
Yeah, we thought this. Julian and I both thought this was supposed to be the Han Solo prequel movie the first time we saw it.
Oh.
So the entire time we're like, when's the reveal? When's the reveal? Is this guy Han Solo? Is this guy Han Solo? Then the movie just ends, and we're like, oh, I guess it wasn't.
That's awesome. So 9 for enjoyment, 9 for enjoyment. Alex?
I'll probably give it like a 7 probably. Yeah, for enjoyment. I don't know. Like, for enjoyment, yeah. No, it was a good movie. I'd probably go see it again. I wouldn't call it my top 9.
I would say...
But it was still a good movie.
I would say 8 for enjoyment for me.
Yeah.
Maybe 9. It was definitely a really fun movie to watch.
Yeah, like I think if you want like a fun movie to watch, I don't think everybody should go see it.
Yeah, like if you just watch it as it and you don't have our hour-long conversation here, it's a great movie.
Like it's almost like a bunch of Marvel movies. I don't think a lot of them are pinnacles of Hollywood, but I'd say a lot of them are enjoyable movies.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But
okay, so quality then.
I'd actually probably go a little bit lower on quality because like there is issues with it. There are parts that are messy. But I still think it's a really good film.
8.9.
No points. No decimals.
No, I did 10-point scale because I didn't want decimals. Get out of here. However, my answer is 7 or 8, so it's pretty much 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going with 8 too.
I'd probably go with 7 again.
I'd go with 6 for quality.
Really?
Yeah.
That low.
Lower.
It's above 5. It's good.
See, I don't know. I think in percentage, I think 6 out of 10 is 60%.
Do we ever need to go through? But like, what's your favorite prequel, and where would that lay on this scale?
Star Wars prequel?
Yeah. Sure. What's your favorite Star Wars prequel, and what's your favorite of the original trilogy, and where would you put those on this scale?
Number 3 and number 6.
Okay.
Number 3, I would say.
We're just going quality. I don't care about enjoyment.
Okay. Quality for number 3. I'd probably say like a 4, just because
really?
it's
Okay.
so like 3 is my favorite one, but it's so dependent on 1 and 2, and they could have done so many things different and better in 1 and 2 to make 3 even better.
Wait, you're rating the Sith 4
This is
and Rogue One 6
For quality?
for quality.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, for quality.
Okay.
And then for
Episode 6.
episode 6, for quality, well, it's been a while since I've seen it, but from what I remember, I'd probably give that one like a 7.
Okay.
So, like, again, I'm saying above 5 means it's good. I liked it, or it's good. Below 5 is no, right?
Do you know what your top movie would be? Like, or just what would be a 10 movie?
What were did you really like Lord
So
of the
actually,
Rings?
yeah, maybe we can go around this first. Everybody should name a 10 movie to them, and then from there we can start
The
comparing these
prequel.
movies.
No, not the prequels.
I can't say I have a 10 movie.
Really, you've never seen a movie where you're like, this movie is pretty much like. It doesn't necessarily even mean perfect. It just means it's so much superior.
I'm
to
going with
everything you've
enjoyment.
seen.
Like for 10, right?
Enjoyment or quality?
Just go
I don't know.
quality.
I'll-
Fuck it. We'll go quality.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Oh, for fuck.
What? Fine. Do both. Then fuck you.
Yeah.
See, part of it is tough too. 'cause,
See,
like,
quality.
So, like, I think
Technically, there's no. If you're gonna go with quality, there's no 10 movie. You can nitpick every single.
Well, no,
movie.
Yeah.
See, that's why I would redefine 10 to be something that you think is ahead of other things, either at the time or whatever. Like, Super Mario World isn't a perfect game, but, like, that game's a 10. Like, it is one of the best side-scrollers ever. It is ahead of so much other stuff that's come out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, see, like, Old Boy, I guess I'll start with mine, because mine's easy. To me, that movie's, like, perfect.
Yeah.
Or not perfect. I think it's so much ahead of almost every other film I've ever watched. Like, that is a 10 to me. It seems kind of weird, and this is why I almost don't like the enjoyment scale, because that's not an enjoyable movie. You're just like sad and getting crushed the entire time the movie's on. So like I don't know, like.
No.
But yeah, to me like that would be an example of a 10 for me.
Okay. When I think of a movie that is as close to perfect in quality as it can be for its time, I would have to say,
Star Wars.
yeah.
Which one?
All
You
three.
think that all the original trilogy should be in that 10 spot?
Yeah, they were way ahead of their time.
Yeah. They're good movies, but today they're still good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no issues with
They've
putting all three
stood
of
the
them on
test
the
of
10s.
time, despite George Lucas's
Yeah.
many additions.
I don't know. There's just way too many things to take in account to generalize. I think
Well, it is opinions. We're not saying this is like some like movie journal. Like we're not saying like,
this isn't scientific.
Yeah,
but-
and even then, I'd hate scientific objectivity in quotes. Like,
Yeah. Well,
there's no like exact measure of this, and this makes a perfect movie.
if you had to ask me what's a perfect movie, I'd have to like. It depends on what genres a person likes, and it depends on
Oh
the
yeah.
person.
So again,
right?
just like what's nice when we hear Star Wars Rogue One is a 6, like what's a 10 year where we're like, okay, like this is a 4-point
Yeah.
difference.
Yeah,
Okay,
So
That's
what's
what I'm trying
better
to-
than Rogue
just
One?
so we
at
have
a
an idea of like
4-point scale, yeah.
where does this 4 points go for you, or like that you think. So like, it's like if you talk about, I heard argument once when people were talking about, would you go with 110 or 2 5s if you were going to sleep with the girls or something? Where some people are like, okay, like if this is my 10 and this is my 5, would you have 2 of those 5s or would you have 110? And then that change, people have an idea of where that person's at for their scale.
But that's two
2
different
5s.
experiences.
Rather have twins and a big single.
No, but like that's the thing. So like, what is your or give some other examples of 6s you? I don't care. I'm just trying to get a better idea of your scale here.
Yeah. I am also trying to get a better idea of my scale. Because now
so we have. Do you have any 10s, Alex?
I
Die
don't know.
Hard.
Die Hard, yeah. I probably, I don't know, Die Hard, like, the lethal weapons are pretty damn good. I'd probably go with something like,
Because nothing else, it just gets Alex would never put Breakfast Club as a 10. A lot of
God,
people
no.
would put it as a 10. So
Yeah.
like, we get an idea of what Alex might value as a movie.
right.
Based off of
Breakfast
hearing
Club's like
that
a
scale.
3 at best.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breakfast Club's a 3 after me having like 7 drinks in. Kind of deal to watch it. No, I don't know. Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz are probably like really high up
Very
there
good
because
movies,
they're
yeah.
fucking awesome. I still haven't seen whatever the newest one of the Cornetto.
Oh, at World's End.
That one.
That one's great.
Is it okay? I've heard Miss.
See, I went to see that movie with Hamza and Vincent.
Yeah.
And like all 3 of the people who like, we were all like 17 going to see this movie. Like none of us drank at all. We're watching. We're like, I don't think we get it, dude. Like, I enjoy it, but like, there's so much like. what I was expecting based on what I was first seeing, because the movie's about like people trying to do a golden mile.
Yeah.
It's like the beginning to end of it, and then also does like a complete 180, and we're like, what are we watching?
Yeah,
like,
when like the
this
aliens
movie's
come
like-
down or something.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you do know.
I know ish about
Yeah,
it, yeah.
by the second bar, they're like fighting aliens. I'm like, what is this movie? But they're still trying to complete the golden mile.
It's so good.
It's
I don't know. Like to me, it's something as well. The whole fence jumping thing. They've kept that through the 3 different movies. Through Shaun of the Dead, him not being able to jump with a fence. Hot Fuzz, him like easily doing it, and then in that one, when the fence falls over when he tries to hop over it. When he cuts to the backyard.
I didn't know that.
I don't know.
knew about the
But-
Cornetto trilogy, but I didn't.
Yeah, but like to me, it's like that's really iconic, and like the whole like buying a cornetto in each of the movie, like which is whatever an ice cream cone.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Like a drumstick. Kind of.
Yeah, we call them drumsticks.
Okay.
Yeah, like to me, it's like that's really iconic. That's really inventive, just to do something as simple as got to cut through a bunch of people's backyards, kind of deal. I don't know.
So we're still
And
trying to figure out my scale.
Yeah.
To me, it's one of those things like I've pointed out a ton of flaws that I found in the movie in Rogue One, and it's almost as if those flaws weren't a problem, then it would be a 10. Right? Is the best way of me describing it. Like
I don't know. Like there can be flaws. I don't know. Again, I'm not thinking of a 10 as a perfect.
oh, I was.
Because yeah, well, like there's gonna be flaws in everything.
It's true.
Yeah, well,
Like,
well,
I'm
what's
a
perfect
huge
to you?
believer in perfection, and even I'm just like, nah. Like I don't know if it's necessarily.
Did you ever see the movie Big Fish?
No, I know of it, but I've never seen it.
Watch it. It's good. I'd say that
Is that your?
that's very close to a 10.
That's like
for
one
me.
of your like pinnacles of Hollywood, where it's like, Ben, I want to watch a movie. Give me something good. You're like a Big Fish.
Shrek 1.
Wait, no, because obviously if I only like comedies, then you're not going to suggest Big Fish.
Exactly.
But
It's
but yeah, that would be like one of your ones where you're like, wow, like if you like movies, make sure Big Fish is on your list of
If-
things to watch.
it's not so much of if you like movies, it's more if you want to really feel something, then watch this movie.
And then, so then, in terms of quality, they're obviously completely different movies, but you then put like 4 points below that, where it's like Rogue One would be
Yeah,
like,
for
it's good,
feeling
but it doesn't
something.
do anything absolutely incredible like Big Fish did. To
What's
you.
Big Fish?
Big Fish is a story. It's kind of hard to
But a
describe.
really small frog.
It's a story. It's a little bit hard to describe without spoiling, but essentially, you are reliving the life of a man through his perception of things when he was a kid. Like, he meets all these people in his life, and then looking back at the end of his life, he realizes that these people weren't as strange as his childlike mind
Thought they were.
thought they were. But they all come to essentially revisit him at the end of his life, and he sees that they were just normal people. They just looked a little different, right? That movie really made me feel something. More movies that I would consider closer to 10. Honestly, I would not. I talk about Watchmen a lot. I would not put that at 10. I'd put that.
Like Watchmen. Yeah, like that's what I mean. I'm just curious about scales. I'm not real.
Watchmen is a 9 to me in quality, purely because it's too long.
Fair enough.
Another really good movie to me is The Prestige.
Yeah.
That
a good movie.
that one as far is good quality as far as mystery, big reveal, bigger
is that
reveal.
the
Hybrid,
assassination movie?
It's a
Where it
movie-
shows assassination, then
It's
cuts to
about
different people's
magicians, right?
perspectives.
No.
No.
That's Flashpoint? No.
Paradox.
Oh shit. I know what you're talking about. No,
I'm pretty sure
no.
it's Flash something.
Yeah,
You're
no,
close.
the Prestige is it's the magician movie. It's where Nikola Tesla's there and they discover how to clone people essentially. Or
Dude.
pull-
Whoa, you just spoiled the fucking movie.
the clone.
Dude, shut up.
This movie. Oh, this is an entire spoiler cast.
But we just defined that me and Steven haven't seen the movie.
Yeah.
Do you care?
Yeah.
Really?
If I'm labeling this movie as a 10, they're gonna care.
Wow.
Oh my god.
You
So-
fucking
Also,
This-
have you guys
this-
ever seen Primer?
Fucking hell.
Let me describe what The Prestige
Oh my
is.
God.
It's Christian Bale
It's
is a
not
magician, and Hugh Jackman is also a magician, and they work together, and due to some circumstances, they become rivals, and they try to put on their own shows to try to better each other, purely out of spite.
It came out 10 years ago.
That
They're
doesn't matter.
Clones of each other.
What's
No.
that?
They're
No.
clones of each other.
See, now you put this snake in there freaking...
It's fucking 10
starting
years
to be-
old. Calm down.
Have you guys ever seen Primer?
No.
No.
This is one. So my old manager EV Games recommended me a bunch of movies to watch. Old Boy was one of them. Primer was another one, and I don't quite remember. But the idea is that these guys made this like time machine, pretty much, where you hit the button, and that pretty much records that time. So let's say 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. If you wait 24 hours, so it's not 2 p.m. on Wednesday, you'll then go back 24 hours compared to when you first hit the button. If you hit the button again.
Okay.
So pretty much, if you hit the button and you wait 24 hours and hit the button again, you'll then go back 24 hours before when you first hit it.
So you could go. So if you hit the button at noon on Tuesday, you could go and record it until noon on Wednesday. You could go back to noon on Monday.
Yeah. So if you waited a year, you'd go back a year in the past before you hit the button.
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm pretty sure it turns into both these guys like we have this amazing invention, and if I remember correctly, it's pretty much them trying to use that machine to like kill each other, so then one of them can take credit. So it's like a huge story just them like hitting the button different times, trying to strategically go back enough to like kill the other person.
Oh, weird.
Apparently it's like incredible, if I remember the story correctly, but like second word, my manager's like, yeah, he's like, I had to watch it at least like 7 times before I understood it. I'm like, that sounds
Jeez.
awesome. So
Um,
that's on my list right now to watch.
To me, it doesn't matter how long a movie's been out. That doesn't justify spoiling it.
It absolutely does.
I don't think
it's
so.
on fucking Netflix.
Speaking of spoiling, I've got what is it? Beef sauce.
Beef sauce.
With
Yeah.
Aaron, with Aaron again.
Okay.
I was gonna say technically we needed gravy boat for the last episode, which we skipped.
I've thought about it, and if we care about doing safe word for this one as well.
So
I
she
this
assume-
is
said
a movie exclusive.
Yeah.
on the last podcast that I spoiled Star Wars for her.
Yeah.
Episode 7. I
Yeah.
think she said.
Yep.
When did I ever do that? I don't remember
No,
ever.
yeah.
What was the spoiler?
I don't know. She didn't mention it.
I don't think it was Aaron. I think it was Ben that mentioned it. But no, we did talk about. No, you didn't really spoil it, but we did talk about
The plot.
Han and the bridge scene. We did talk about that.
Yeah, but she said she didn't care.
Exactly.
Oh, well then where's the beef?
I told you, Aaron's already not coming back on this podcast, so you don't have to worry about this. It is over. Her career is not ever coming back.
According to Steven. Yeah, I don't know. The reason why I don't think that a movie's spoiler or a movie has a spoiler expiry date is because not everybody has A, access to every movie all the time, or B, knowledge that the movies exist.
See, I feel like I kind of agree. At the same time, I kind of disagree, because at what point is it, like, culturally acceptable to talk about, like,
the movie.
yeah.
Anything.
Because
Yeah.
that's sort of, like, episode 5, Star Wars,
Mhm.
because, you know, always have to go back to Star Wars. That is one that's a huge twist at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's something that they kept seeing from everybody. It's a huge thing. And it really did, like, at least from what I've heard, I wasn't around back then, I've never done much reading into it. It did kind of change the film industry. Like, that was a huge
Yeah.
moment in film.
I wish I got to experience that.
Yeah, but it's like, we can talk about it now, and nobody's upset.
But see,
So, like,
I
at what
knew.
point can you? What point is it that we can just talk about it? I don't know.
When a movie, I don't know. To me, it's like
Well,
when a
Star
movie-
Wars, it came out fucking 40 years ago almost.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think there should be an expiry. I think the point where you're allowed to talk about a movie spoilery is you ask the person, have you seen this movie? And if they say no, you say, go see the movie.
No.
And then we'll talk about it.
Because like, if we're talking in public though, do we have to be careful about random people around us who might overhear it?
No.
Because
I
at what
don't
point
think
is
you
that
do.
socially acceptable?
Personally, I'm conscious about that, but like, I'm not going to walk out of
A movie
episode
theater.
7 and go,
Yeah.
wow, I can't believe they killed Han.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
I'm not
what?
going to do that.
Yeah, no,
But-
and like, well, yeah, there's that, and like, I agree with that, but I don't know, like, if we're sitting at a bar or something after, and it's been a year since episode 7, can we talk about
Oh,
episode
yeah,
7
that's
without
fine.
like,
We've already done that,
warning
so-
everybody?
Yes, you can.
Well,
It's like, at what point is that? Except we're like, if it was
But
Rogue
when
One, I
would the-
wouldn't necessarily go do
If
that. Like, I would
somebody
try
that
to
is
wait.
not part of your conversation is eavesdropping on your conversation, that's their fault. They're spoiling it for themselves.
You've never overheard a conversation.
I have,
before that.
and it was my fault.
Huh, was it?
Let's say I overheard the reveal that Luke is the son of Vader. Hi, Nick.
Son?
No.
I think we should wrap her up though.
What time is it?
9:45.
Oh God. Yes, we probably should.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know. And again, it's like, alright, we can get Nick's opinion on this.
Hey!
God, no.
Yeah.
We'll be here for
What do you
another
think about
hour.
socks and organizing them?
I'm wearing craig socks right now.
Oh man.
Spoilers. Do you think there should be a time limit on them? So, if a movie came out 10 years ago and I was to reveal not necessarily a major plot point, but
Like, does
part
you
of
have
the
to
plot
warn
of the movie,
everybody in the conversation?
should,
Oh, I
should
knew
you
this
care?
was-
Although it is a 10-year-old movie.
Okay, so you're saying like if the movie's 10 years old,
Yeah.
you have to warn somebody?
Yes.
Or like,
and if you
what's the
start talking
limit where
about
we can just socially talk about without having to give warnings to everybody in the room?
I'd say probably at this point, maybe pre-2000.
Really? So you think
Oh,
we
God.
need, like, at least a
What-
17-year-old?
What's wrong with
Yeah.
you?
Jesus.
No, you
okay.
think we should always have to do spoiler warnings?
I'm just saying, if you're going to be talking about a movie that has a plot twist that would ruin the experience if you watched it, ask the people you're talking to, have you seen the movie already? If they say yes, talk about the movie and all the spoilers that it entails. If they say no, say, hey, let's go watch the movie and then we can talk about
So,
it.
like, we wouldn't be able to watch episode 5 or talk about episode 5 around Erin then. Because that's a spoiler and she hasn't seen it.
Yeah,
Yes.
but she's deemed she doesn't care.
That's the thing. If it's already been spoiled for them, then it doesn't matter.
I guess it's courtesy to at least do a check, you know?
Yeah.
Just to say, hey, have you seen this movie? No? Oh, okay.
Because you're talking about the Luke,
Yeah.
I'm your father reveal.
Yeah.
Which is like, what, a 40-year-old.
See, I knew
Spoiler
that
now.
before I even watched Star Wars.
Exactly.
Which sucks.
And because it's been spoiled for you, it's okay to talk about it. And it's because it's become such a commercialized thing, right? Like, that line sells a ton of Star Wars related
Yeah.
products. And it's spoiled for everybody. It's no longer considered a spoiler at this point. Unless you've never heard that before, and you've never seen Star Wars before, and you have somebody show you the movies and that's revealed for you, then you can still experience that moment. But so many people, it just gets spoiled for them that it doesn't matter.
See, I'm kind of with Alex. I think 12 months, like, I think it's
Like,
up to people to, like, keep caught up in culture. Like,
No.
We didn't really give like a spoiler warning or anything when we talked about the Han thing, and that came out a year ago.
When in the podcast?
Yeah, whatever, 2 weeks ago.
You said this whole 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago when we talked about the Han dying on the bridge thing.
We never talked.
Spoilers, hope you've seen episode 7.
What?
What? Yeah, no, we did. Whenever
I
Aaron was
don't.
on, or last week. Yeah,
we didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Or not.
We talked about it in a pre-released episode, or a non-released
No.
episode.
I thought it was like 2 weeks ago we talked about this.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
I don't think Julian was up 2 weeks ago.
You
Two
weren't
weeks ago.
on the episode when
What?
it was Steven, Julian, myself, and who else was it? We were arguing Star Wars. That's what you do, as
it
we
was
do.
Star Wars and Lord of the Rings that we were arguing.
It was just us three, I think.
Yeah, it may have just been us three.
But I'm pretty sure I never mentioned that Han died.
You did mention, and then you said immediately after, I'm not even gonna say spoiler alert. Go see the movie.
Well, because we have editing here.
Exactly.
It's tough because in this kind of world we live in with so much internet just so easily accessible, it's so hard to avoid spoilers these days.
Yeah. So, well, half of the
Cars three,
trailers,
like,
the trailers for most movies include all the spoilers. Like that will give you.
I don't
that'll give
watch
you
trailers.
A start, a middle, and an end to the movie in the trailer.
Yeah, but they don't reveal Han dying or the cloning thing in The Magician or whatever it's called.
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, but it will also give you the general
Plot, yeah.
points. Yeah.
So you want to go see
Well,
the movie.
So
Which to me, the whole cloning thing is not a spoiler. It's just a plot point. in the
of
movie.
course it's a spoiler.
it is an absolute spoiler.
No way.
Oh yeah. When's the last time you watched the movie?
Last year.
Okay. Well, I watched it. I watched it like
I watched it 11 months ago.
Yeah.
I watched it probably 5 weeks ago.
Okay.
So very recently, so it's fresh in my mind.
Yeah,
That is absolutely.
I would not call it a spoiler. I call it a major plot.
See,
point, but I would not call it a
let's
spoiler.
clarify this though. We just before we started talking about the plot of The Prestige.
Yeah.
Me and Steven both said we haven't seen the movie.
Exactly. And
And then-
I was going to explain a non-spoilery plot, and then Alex just took over.
Whatever.
I feel like you.
Again,
I
it
feel
came
like
out
we
2
have
years
a
ago.
No.
I feel like if we want to be like up and care about like culture and media and entertainment, then it's up to us to like.
Yeah, but there's
care
only
about it.
so much time you have.
Oh, yeah,
Fucking
for sure.
So many fucking movies.
See here.
No, I
Okay.
agree.
Here's my final remarks on it. There needs to be a cultural change where we don't watch trailers and we don't need them because they spoil things.
I agree with that.
You-
I hate trailers.
You tell people that you're going to be talking about a movie where there is a potential spoiler, and then make sure that you're not spoiling anything for them, and there's no expiry on spoilers, because then this eliminates the need for there to be an expiry on spoilers.
Well,
Nah.
Right,
Screw
if you-
quality, we need to hammer down on spoilers.
If you
Yeah.
This is gonna be the
War-
third podcast
war-
recorded tonight. Spoiler.
If you
Yeah,
change-
war, famine, fuck that. Spoilers and trailers are gone.
if you change the cultural aspects of movies and how people view them, then you don't need to worry about spoilers. If everybody agrees, don't spoil things, agree to the courtesies of those things, then you don't need to have expiries on those things, right?
See,
There's perfectly simple ways around
But
it.
at what point, like, what's considered a spoiler versus not a spoiler? If I want to talk about something, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a good example.
Okay, a spoiler to me.
Well, we were trying to talk about Rogue One, right? When Alex was there and we didn't.
Well, I didn't care about Rogue One or not.
Yeah, I know.
I honestly don't care
But,
about
like, I mean,
spoilers.
like,
But we
is-
asked first.
You're the problem.
Pretty much.
Is Jin's dad being like part of like the Death Star plans and like him putting like a weak point in it, is that a spoiler? Because technically you don't know he's responsible for it, and you don't really know what his role is. You think he might be evil.
I think it
but you
is.
don't know.
Because if you've never even heard of Star Wars, God forbid, and you watch all the movies sequentially and you're told Rogue One happens between episode 3 and 4, then
Is
you
that
will
a spoiler?
What's
You
that?
wouldn't necessarily know
What do you mean?
that Rogue One was between 3 and 4.
Yes, it is.
Is it a
Let's see.
spoiler to say Rogue One is about them getting the Death Star plan? Is that a spoiler?
It depends.
Watch
Let-
the trailer.
No, but
Don't
we're
watch
trying
the
to
trailers.
We're trying to remove the
Okay.
trailer. I'm actually I don't really watch trailers for movies and stuff anymore either, which is why I thought this movie was about Han Solo.
That's exactly why I thought it too.
See, but why did you think it was about Han Solo?
Because I heard previously about another spin-off movie they're making, which is about Han Solo.
All I heard was they cast Han Solo, and I thought this was.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me define what a spoiler is to me. A
Have
spoiler.
you done that already? Dude,
No, I haven't.
This is going on for
Okay, I
another
have
hour.
to work
we are
tomorrow.
almost at 3 hours
Okay,
now.
we're hot switching Nick and Julian. Oh no, Alex is your right.
Okay, final remark. The definition of spoiler, and then we'll do our closing.
Yep.
Definition of spoiler to me is
Because I
when.
don't tell you you're wrong.
Shut up! Definition of a spoiler to me is when you have a movie that sets some sort of plot in motion, and there is an affecting point in that plot that either has a reveal or changes what you thought at the beginning. And it's an experience that you have. That's the whole reason why we go to watch movies, is to escape reality, to have experiences, right? Experience an adventure or something. And a spoiler to me is a moment that you only get to experience once. And the moment that is ruined for you, then you're told, hey, in The Prestige this happens. And then you go to watch The Prestige, the fact that you know that's going to happen changes the entire movie.
Yeah.
You can watch a movie 2 different times if the movie has a spoiler in it. Once pre-spoiler, once post-spoiler, and it's a different movie both times.
Two things, sorry. Talking anything about a plot then, by your definition, is a spoiler, regardless of being significant
I
or
feel
not.
like we're
Yeah.
restricting too
Okay.
much conversation here.
Secondly, what are the odds you guys are going to go home tonight and watch The Prestige?
Well, I'm going to watch it this weekend. Thanks for asking.
You are?
No,
You're-
I'm not. No,
Exactly.
you spoiled it.
What are the odds that either of you in the near future, in the month of January, are going to watch The Prestige?
Well, I was going to until you spoiled it.
Have you heard of it before tonight?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
So it was on your list to watch, essentially.
I've been talking about it for a while.
Oh, I've never heard you talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you haven't been around.
I haven't heard you either, and I've been over like every week.
Nah, I have. I may have talked about it on the podcast.
So where's the line drawn if it's a Shyamalan movie?
Don't watch those.
He's got a new one. that's
And on
coming
that
out.
bombshell, it's good night.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much, everybody, for...
No, but that.
What?
2 endings, right?
Yes.
2 endings. Yes. Thank you, everybody, so much for watching the Hastlecast, listening to the Hastlecast
You
podcast.
can't restrict conversation.
What?
See, when somebody asks you what the movie is about, you have a right to tell them the plot of the movie.
No, you have the right to tell them a non-spoiler inducing plot of the movie.
That's what I mean.
But what part? Like, different people have different.
When
definitions
somebody
for-
asks, what's Rogue about?
So, or Matt, censor that. His part.
It doesn't matter at this point.
I really
no,
stopped
Matt
giving a
told me
shit.
the ending of a game once, and he did not consider that a spoiler.
Yeah, Matt's an idiot.
No, but that's what I mean. Like, where it's like, at what point are we restricting? And don't get me wrong, to me, I was like, yeah, that was a spoiler. But where like he's like, no, because like that doesn't, because the lead up to it, he thought was more the parts that he couldn't spoil, but the ending doesn't matter because it was the lead up to that point that made.
Yeah, but the lead up's
powerful.
pointless if you know the ending.
Exactly. Matt's dumb. Here's what I'm going to say.
No, but like this, we're like, I don't know. Like I feel like we're too restricting. I think a 12-month limit. Like you can still ask and be courteous, but you can't get angry about people.
yeah.
I just described to you a non-spoiler fulfilled plot of the Prestige.
I didn't know there was gonna be magicians in it. That's a spoiler.
Hey, how about 120 months, Steven? 10 years. Is that enough?
Can I spoil the ending of Halo 2 yet? I don't know. Like these are legit good. I don't know.
See, you asked, and that's good because I can say yes because I don't care about Halo 2. But you also asked the other people in the room, right?
I don't know. I feel like we're...
See, you're talking about restricting conversation.
No, I think it's courteous to ask, but I don't think people can get upset. I've had
gave us
12
an
months to take 2
gave us
hours
an
out.
out.
You guys
Quick
just got
right now.
upset that he spoiled the
I
Prestige.
did not.
Okay, you
No,
just.
I got upset because he fucking did it after we
I should also say,
mentioned.
I got upset at Matt because he spoiled that for me a week after the game came out. He's
Okay.
literally like, "Have you played yet?" I'm like, "I bought it. I've been waiting to play." He's like, "Oh, this is how it ends." So I'm like, "Screw it. 7 days? No. Like,
Yeah,
7
that's-
days. It needs the requirement. Aren't that again 12 months? Like, I feel like it's,
Okay.
I don't know.
So 12 months to watch every fucking movie on the planet worth watching.
No.
I'm just
Well,
gonna take a
Here in the
you
middle.
might as well.
Go on,
We'll,
okay,
be,
no.
we'll be here for another fucking
See,
hour.
here's what I'm saying. I just gave you a definition of the Prestige, right? And you're saying that the magicians being in it are a spoiler.
And maybe.
Okay, no,
There-
I'm saying a spoiler is if it's a thriller or hidden. If it's not in the trailer, it's a fucking spoiler.
Nope.
Yep.
Spoilers can be in trailers.
If it's a terrible trailer.
Yes. If it changes the movie, it's a spoiler. Me telling you that there's magicians in this movie doesn't change the fact that there's magicians in the movie before a major plot point or after a major plot point. There's still people. It's just how you look at them. Now.
Okay, then Rogue One is when somebody says, "What's Rogue One about?" You say it's about getting the Death Star plants. Is that a spoiler?
Yeah, you
Well,
initially
it-
said that was a spoiler, but
That is a spoiler because you already know how it ends because episode 4 happens.
It's a spoiler in the same way that Luke revealing that Vader is his father is a spoiler. In the same way.
No.
In the same way, in that if you've never heard of Star Wars before or seen
Yeah,
Star
but
Wars before,
everybody's heard of Star Wars.
that's the point. If you are the one person who hasn't,
Then fuck you.
then
'cause
it is
6 billion people on
then
the planet
it is a
know what
spoiler
Star
to you.
Wars is.
I'm just trying to be objective about it all. I'm saying that the plot of Rogue One, the fact that they succeed, is a spoiler because if
Yeah,
you
but-
watch them sequentially, which is the wrong order to watch them, if you
Yeah.
watch them 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6, 7, then you can have that entire experience and it is not changed.
Well, no, because that's arguable though. Because when Star Wars originally came out, it wasn't Episode 4. It was just Star Wars.
Yes.
So you can't.
I would say he's calling episode 4 a spoiler.
Oh, that's a good point.
So that's what I mean. Like, at what point is it ridiculous? I don't know. Like, what
It's
point is
always
too much?
ridiculous.
When you get to almost 3 hours of recording,
Hey,
that's
the
when
first
you
2 hours is not about this.
So to me,
I really regret this now as well. I could have edited that bit out and like post and this entire discussion is like muted and not.
Is this 3
muted.
hours long already?
Oh, thereabouts.
2.5.
Green Goblin dies
No.
at the end of Spider-Man.
God damn it, Nick.
Shrek marries Fiona.
See, now Spider-Man has had so many reboots. Would that really be a spoiler for
How many
the
of those-
Spider-Man series?
How many of
There's
those
only
reboots had Green Goblin in them?
1.
2.
0. No reboots. The original.
The original, yeah. Well,
What
The
about
Amazing,
cartoon?
Spider-Man 2 had Green Goblin in it.
So wait,
It's a
so
spoiler
wait,
as
Spider-Man 1 had Green Goblin, Spider-Man 3 had Green Goblin. I never saw Amazing Spider-Man 1. I don't know who was the villain.
No, Spider-Man 3 had Venom and the Sandman.
And Harry.
And that
Who
Harry was
Green
a
Goblin.
hobgoblin. Green
Yeah.
Goblin's son.
Oh.
So that's different. But in Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, the reboot, it just re-shows Harry as Green Goblin.
Wait, is Green Goblin
Oh,
or
it-
Goblin?
he doesn't actually become the Green Goblin yet, does he? Can't
God
remember.
damn it.
Also, is it considered to be a spoiler? And I said this earlier. The whole Gandalf the Grey and Gandalf the White thing.
Yes.
So I've never seen the movies, and I know that.
Yes, that is considered a spoiler.
That's a spoiler,
Yeah.
but it's
I
to
don't-
your perception of Luke, I am your father.
No, it's
Because
to
I've
the
never
percep-
seen the movie, and it came out a
Alex.
really long fucking time ago.
Alex, it's been spoiled for you.
Exactly.
And therefore, it's changed your perception of the movie before the spoiler and after the spoiler. You don't
That
get...
would not change my perspective of the movie at all.
No, something like that isn't as significant as. I know that you haven't
It's
seen the,
pretty
the
fucking
Star
significant.
Wars. No, Gandalf going from the gray to the white, that's not really as significant as, say, the final scene in Lord of the Rings with what happens to Frodo.
Okay,
I don't know
like
what
that
happens, and I don't care about
exactly.
spoilers.
So
Okay.
that I would
spoiled
find.
earlier. So.
Oh,
Okay,
that
okay.
whole boat thing them sailing off into the sunset?
Um,
Yeah.
Okay, Nick, yes, it's not as big of a spoiler. It is still a spoiler. Because you have a major character who dies, for all intents and purposes. He dies because the rest of the characters for the rest of the movie mourn him, and he's gone for the entire rest of the movie. Then the next movie comes out, and boom, he's back. Right?
Right.
Like, you can finish the entire Fellowship of the Ring totally satisfied that Gandalf is dead, and he won't be in the next movie. And that changes your perception of the next movie. You're not expecting him to be there.
Yeah, but again, it is an adaptation of a book.
So who knows? Maybe Gandalf the Grey was Gandalf the White, just nobody knew about it. He still would have no idea what the significance of those two are.
See, somebody who reads into it that much will do so after knowing, right? They're not going to care about, they're not even going to know about Gandalf the White until Gandalf is revealed to come back, and then they'll read into maybe he was always Gandalf the White.
I disagree, because like, it could be in some way that they reveal, oh, Gandalf the Grey was Gandalf the White. Gandalf the White was actually this other thing, and he could just remain dead. It's just, you might find out a backstory, though, you didn't know before. That might change something else.
It's true. To me, there's a point, and it changes the movie, okay?
Okay, let's end it there.
Okay.
Say, on that bombshell,
Yes.
for the second time, shut the hell up.
What about Gravy Boat? Are we doing it, or are we
Yeah.
just scratch?
Okay, I was gonna.
Oh, I'm so
edit
glad I'm in time for the gravy boat.
I was gonna edit things around. Yeah.
Actually, you can't be in the gravy boat.
Ah!
Do we have to do 2 Gravy Boat segments?
No.
Oh, just one.
The movie
Is
cast...
this just gonna be one really long podcast?
No.
Maybe that's where we should
Okay.
do it.
I was thinking about that.
The movie cast is going to be its own thing. It's not going to have safe word, and it's not going to have gravy boat.
yeah.
It has...
2 podcasts a week.
You should.
we could.
We're already
It's a
staying up too
separate
late.
thing altogether.
This is a separate thing. It's not... It's going to be part of
This is a special
Hastlecast.
episode.
It's not
It's a special episode.
You say, well, we can.
It's
take-
Rogue One.
Well, because this is a
Yeah,
spoiler
it's
as well, we could upload this like months from now, so it's not as
It's
much
true.
of a spoiler.
It's true.
12 months from now when we're allowed to talk about it.
Pretty much.
Or no, I mean like 80 years.
And then
Yeah,
we'll,
sorry.
we'll put in the beginning, if you haven't seen Rogue One, go watch it and then come
Yeah.
back and listen
Also,
to
if
this.
you haven't seen the whatever it is,
The
or
Magician
Primer,
movie.
or Old Boy, or any other thing where
Or,
Yes.
Spider-Man.
If you haven't been alive,
here's a list of 18
Don't watch
movies, and if you haven't seen all of them yet, then you should.
yeah,
not.
do you want me to like write down the movies?
Yes,
And,
it is
Yeah.
not.
Probably.
It is not okay to ever spoil them.
I'm not fucking editing all this shit tonight.
No.
Not the second half of this.
No. Okay,
Wait, do an exit.
I'm really trying to.
Okay,
Okay, Nick, don't talk for a bit while we do
Gravy
the
boat.
singular gravy boat, okay?
I'm leaving all this in, by the way.
Dude, in the second one, leave it all. They're just like,
You guys make this so difficult. Okay, are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Like,
God damn.
Just do this so it's easy to edit.
yeah, I was gonna say, because there's a nice long pause there, and I know where to start.
Okay, everybody be silent for like 2 seconds. And now we can do an outro. It should be pretty simple.
That's pretty much just.
Thanks for listening. It was a great episode.
You want to leave a
And
gas?
see us next time. We just did. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or fine. Do something like that.
The point is, you can spoil things after 12 months. Tweet them at Ben, and he will really appreciate it. And
God.
yeah,
I'm gonna delete my Twitter.
this is what like Bernie and them have to go through.
Oh yeah, with the honey.
They get like tweeted spoilers all the time for stuff, just like
Yeah.
people to mess with
I've
them.
got a new take on the spoilers though. So if a movie came out,
Fuck you guys.
No, seriously,
This is
kid.
your own
Hey,
fault
hey,
now.
it's fine if he wants to talk, because he's the one that needs to leave.
so it'll take like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So,
Oh no, the debate afterwards is gonna.
if a
take
movie
20.
came out after you were 16, like if you were 16 at the time of the movie,
Okay?
then you've got a year to watch it, right? You know what I mean? So
Okay.
Rogue One, you have a year to watch it before it
So
gets
pretty much
spoiled.
anything within the last 5 years, or
Yeah, 5 years.
rewind a year, and then anything 4 years before that, and that stuff could be spoiled as of this point.
Yes.
I'm thinking. So anything
You
like-
said when you're 16. Are you talking 16 years old?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you're 16
So
years
you're
old?
16
for us,
So at that
everything
point-
that came out.
Yeah,
For
that
us 5 years ago.
Yeah, so if a movie came out in 5 years ago, it can be spoiled.
Yeah.
4
So-
years ago, spoiled. 3 years ago, spoiled. 2 years ago, spoiled. But a year ago, can't be spoiled. But anything before that, there should be something. Somebody should ask if you've seen it because
Wait, before the 5 year or after the 5 years? So
No,
like
like,
10
So
years
you
ago.
think
Or
like
even
by the time you're
16.
16, you're probably following cultural trends in movies and stuff at that point to a decent enough extent where, yeah, maybe 12 months then, like, it is fair. But like, the movie came out in 1992, like,
Yeah,
we maybe
but,
wouldn't
alright,
have watched it.
2006. So 5 years ago, would you call 2006 movie a spoiler?
Yeah.
No, because yeah, he's saying like for an individual person, 16 or later should be like when that they should have been following everything enough where you can spoil it without having an issue.
But
Okay.
2006, that's the Magician movie, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's-
we
I'm
would have been like
figuring that's
11
a
years
spoiler.
old, where like like
You were 11
you're
when
not
the movie
expecting
came out.
some elementary school kid to understand like all the movies still coming out.
And then subtract 2 to have that buffer.
Could.
Wait, 2 years or 1 year?
I think that is more complicated than just asking somebody if they've seen the movie yet.
I just don't think I need to warn myself.
No, I think at this
For
age,
everything.
it's a year's fine. At this age, a year's fine.
Could be. I'm
Okay.
gonna stick to my guns on this one. I'm going to ask you guys if you've seen a movie.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm gonna
I
ask you
I still
too.
think it's courteous. Just like I don't think you should be. You can necessarily get mad if we talk about episode 7. And we
I
just
think it
didn't
should-
consider you.
I think it should be federal law.
And also, I do like it though how Ben's getting really butthurt about me spoiling that movie when the two guys that haven't seen it don't care.
I'd say Julian was a little bit
I was
miffed.
Ish. He's about as miffed
No,
as
I
Julian
miffed
can be.
because you spoiled it right after we declared me and Steven hadn't seen the movie.
Yeah. The reason why I'm quote unquote butthurt is not because of somebody touching the brown
immediately
spot.
after you spoiled it.
It's that movie gave me an experience that I remember as being incredible because it had not been spoiled for me.
I haven't remembered a
You know
movie
what? You took
experience
down
in a
his
very
talent.
long
He can
time.
spoil the
Put it that way.
Prestige, so.
Like for the first, like I've never seen a movie and the first time and be like, that was a really great experience. I have not had that
I
ever. I think.
I do think if we're talking about saying like Old Boy, I'm watching Old Boy with you sometime soon.
Sure.
Might be at Alex's. this
Have you seen
weekend.
Old Boy?
No.
Old Boy
Continue.
is wonderful, and I'm not going to say anything about it other than that.
Thank you. I
It's
prefer
good.
it that way.
But like we have plans
There's
to
a
watch it
great
this
scene
weekend. Now.
where
No, but like I mean, like I'm not even joking.
Game
That
of
was
Thrones
we're
and
watching
there's
this
Godzilla.
weekend. Like
Yeah.
you and Sarah are over early enough. Like if you guys come over Saturday night, no, we're not going to watch it. Like if you guys come over early than that, yeah, we're totally watching Old Boy.
Okay.
So like we have actual like plans and like a person. Whatever movie you guys were talking about, I'm probably never going to take the time out of my day to watch it.
What I'm saying is that you asked me what a really good movie to me is, and I said The
oh
Prestige.
yeah, that's where this conversation came from.
I said The Prestige, and I gave a reason for that, which was the fact that there is a spoiler in it.
Do you think that's
God damn it, Steven, let me finish my goddamn point.
Sorry, go ahead.
There are several spoilers in the movie that, once they're revealed, change the entire movie. And because I had such a good time experiencing that movie, I wanted to share that experience with you guys. I thought you would appreciate it. And the second it gets spoiled for you by some... Oh god, I can't say that.
Wait, we're still recording?
Yeah. We never did our outro.
I'm ready to go the fuck home.
You're the one who continued things.
Yeah, because I thought we were off the podcast. You were getting the files for Alex.
No, we were recording at that time.
Anyways, I wanted to share the experience, and if somebody else ruins that for you, that's why I get butthurt.
On that bombshell.
No.
Good night. Shut up.
I want one more.
I've got to fucking end this.
Do you think saying there's a twist in a movie, do you think that's spoiling something?
Yes.
Okay, so in theory, you saying that there was a twist in that movie was a spoiler that you gave Julian and I.
Yes, I did. To an extent, because I was trying to prove a point. And that point was that that movie is different the second time you watch it.
Fair enough.
And that, I was just telling you why I liked that movie.
Yeah, fair enough. And that's what I mean, where it's tough having spoiler conversations without some sort of rule of something like 12 months where everyone can just talk about it.
See, the rule is you make sure they know about it, and then you talk about it, which I admittedly didn't
I'll
do.
know for next time.
Yes.
My apologies. Now can I leave?
Yes. Okay, thank you everybody for listening to our movie cast. Goodbye.
Links in the description of everything.
Yeah, you know the drill.